Good day, everybody, wherever in the world that you are. Welcome to podcast number 7. We will be discussing about Vhavenda culture, the tribe as a whole, just a brief on their origin and why they practice endogamy and their cultural beliefs as a whole. So, Vhavenda people are a tribe that originated from Zimbabwe, from the King Dynasty of the Rozvi clan today. So the son called Dimbanyika was the one that migrated from Rhodesia, presently known as Zimbabwe, to come to Limpopo Province in South Africa. That is when he started his kingship by subjugating all other royal families and people that were living in Venda before they migrated to this province of Limpopo. So that is their origin, and we can say that Vhavenda people are a homogeneous culture in the sense that they have their kings and their chiefs that lead them in the rural countryside. So it's one close family where we have the chief as the leader and we have the subjects or the residents of that village that are protected, and the chief acts as their guardian. So historically, there are people that practiced endogamy because Vhavenda people have different clans. There are about 8 clans that constitute this culture. So they practiced endogamy by marrying from their own clan. So even though there is one tribe of Vhavenda people, there's diverse clans, so they wanted to still marry from their own clan so that they must bring forth an offspring that was raised and has the genotype and the phenotype of their ancestors. Because if you come from another clan, that simply says that you have a different ancestry and you have a different way of doing things. So they wanted to keep that lineage undiluted by keeping it and preserving it within their own clan. So Vhavenda people, they have their own cultural beliefs, but as an entire tribe that is now governed by the Masingo royal family that constitute of the Mphephu Ramabulana kingship, that constitute of the Tshivhase kingship, that constitute of the Mphaphuli kingship, that constitute of the Rambuda kingship, and other respective kingdoms. So they are centered around the core beliefs of peace and harmony, unity as a tribe, economic independence. That is why you find there's development that are occurring in this rural province. The mall is there. We have got the industrial firms that are also there. We have people making their own businesses because we are a culture that is centered around economic independence, family orientatedness. These people are raised from their childhood that family is important. That is when you find that Vhavenda men are inclined to taking care of their families because that is a principle of life that they have been taught. So we also have an aspect of education. Venda people are the most educated in this century and amongst the 9 native Bantu clans in South Africa. They are the most educated. They are into the field of science, into the field of health science, medicine. They are doctors, they are lawyers, they are scientists. So they are so much diversified into this field of education, simply because even in ancient times, the ancestors had their own ancient education system for all children. The minute you were born, you were an infant, you had to go to a traditional school where you are taught life principles and games and all that. So they were all about social development from the beginning. And that is transcended to Western education today. So they have an excellent work ethic. This is something that they are taught from childhood, that when you do something, do it wholeheartedly and put on excellency in what you do. So they're a spiritual tribe in the fact that even in ancient times, they believed that they have an omnipresent God that they called Mwari. This god was also revered even in Rhodesia, presently Zimbabwe. So there's an interlink of Vhavenda today in South Africa and their ancestors in Zimbabwe. So they're very spiritual. They take religion very much serious. And then what unifies them as a tribe is the music and the dancing. They have music, and the music is very intentional in the sense that they just don't sing. They sing with a message behind. So if there's a message that they want to pass down to children, they will sing it for you. If there's a message about love, they will sing it for you. If there's a message about education, they will sing it for you. If there's a message addressing gender-based violence, they will sing it for you. So they're a tribe that preserves music and lives through the echo of music. And the dancing, there are various dances that they have. There's Chikona dance, which is a very sacred dance that was made culturally to preserve unity and harmony and bring about the ancestors to give us peace and to give us fertility. So right now it's used where young men, they have these flutes, and these flutes are only found in one place in Venda, that is Chauru, and they're also found in China. So there are only two places in the world where we find the Chikona flutes. So they are very sacred. Henceforth, the dance was also sacred and was preserved by royal families. So we still have like marende for women. We still have various dances that they do. And the one which is an initiation is the Domba dance, called the Python dance in English, where they appease their ancestors and they appease them for rain, fertility, because that has been the tradition that they had ever since ancient times. So thank you so much for tuning in to a brief introduction about Vhavenda tribe that is found in South Africa, and the population, as is the smallest tribe. It was about 1.7 million as of 2017. So it is still a growing tribe, but is making a lot of waves in every other industry today. So we thank all Vhavenda people for always preserving these core values that has been there with our ancestors from Dimbanyika all the way to King Thoyandou, until now. So I just want to say thank you so much for coming. I'm still your host, Mabasonyelepi.